Welcome back everyone for another painting video. I am continuing on with the mixed metallics, the custom metallics. And in the comments, I had a few requests. And if you ever have a request, I do try to read as many of the comments as possible. You can always put it below. Doesn't have to be for, the specific technique of the video. But I had a couple of different suggestions. I had one that said, why don't you do white and black on, a split canvas so that we could see the difference on the same painting of the colors. And I had a request for metallic greens as well. So and in this one, I have also updated the amount of paint that I'm putting in so I have a richer metallic color. So if you missed the first two in the series, I did a black base with custom mixed metallics, a white base. Now I'm going to do a split base and I have changed up the metallic. So I'll tell you about those in just a second. Let's paint. All right, so I am using white and black for my base, and I am gonna do one that's like this. And then for my colors, so my two actual colors that I'm going to use are a periwinkle color that I made and a light yellow that I made. So these two are actually, this entire thing besides the white and black are custom mixed colors. So I thought these would be nice and kind of fresh and spring-like. I don't have a dark color for contrast because my metallic colors are actually a little bit dark. So I made mixing phthalo blue, and this color is so beautiful. It reminds me of Artist Loft metallic blue. So this color was just phthalo blue and silver. This green color is sap green and silver. Put them over here. And then this color, so I didn't have any more purple mixed up with paint and water already because that's what I do. I take silver that's paint and water and I mix in another paint and water mixture of a color. But this one, I took Pyrrole Red and phthalo blue and I mixed it and I went heavier on the blue and it created, it's almost like a gunmetal type color, like purple. But I looked on my shelf and it is really close to, this is Pebeo's iridescent black, is it blue black? Yeah, iridescent blue black. So look at how close that is to that color. Amazing. So this is my color scheme. I think now the only colors that I haven't mixed are a metallic brown, which I might do a set of mixing gold with the colors and then mixing copper with the colors. So I have a bunch of ideas that came out of just this one random idea that I had. So that's kind of how things always go. Like I'll come into the studio, I'll have one idea as I'm painting, or as comments come through when the video releases, I'll have all these other ideas for it. So love y'all for that. Thank you. All right, so I am going to lay down the base first, and I think I'm trying to decide, do I want both to be white and black, or do I want one to be, maybe I'll do black on this end. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna measure this time, which will probably bite me in the behind. Don't tell my husband. Sorry, that was my joke. That was my corny millennial joke of the day. All right, and then up here, I will do the black up here as well. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and that should be plenty. Now I have my white. I just mixed up more white, so this has a ton of air bubbles in it, but I'm gonna come along this line here, down, right through there, and then this line here, up and through there. Okay, I've got some left over. I may do, I definitely will have some of these left over. I think I'm going to do a thin paint straight pour with them and see what happens, see if I get any cellular reactions. All right, let me blow this out. So many air bubbles in the white. most of you that watch my videos already know, but these are mostly Amsterdam brands, but I did also get a question about the metallics themselves. So I mix metallics together because I like the cellular reaction. And depending on how much of that I want, I add in another brand of paint to either tone it down or kind of ramp it up. So I use Creative Inspirations metallics because they show up beautifully. They don't do that great with paint and water by themselves. So what I do is add in Winsor and Newton, same color of those metallics. So for instance, my silver is Creative Inspiration. Actually, my silver is Soho. I use Soho or Creative Inspirations. They both have cellular reactions. So I use Soho for my silver. I use Creative Inspiration for my gold, bronze, and copper. And then I mix in Winsor and Newton silver to the silver. And it's about a 50-50 mixture. And depending on whether or not I want a lot of cellular reactions or less, I will mix in more or less of the Winsor and Newton. More Winsor and Newton equals less cellular reactions. So that's just kind of what I have found over the years. I am going to do an experiment as well where I take a bunch of different brands of gold and do a bunch of small canvases and see which gold I like the best for the shimmer, for how metallic it is, and for what type of reactions I have. So like I said, I have tons of ideas for upcoming videos. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. You can like and share the video. It helps me. It's free to you, and it helps get my video out there to other people. So, all right, I'm gonna blow this out. All right, blown out, sides are covered. I torched, and you could see when I torched how many air bubbles were in the white. So I may even torch one more time in the white. Okay, all right, so I'm trying to decide how. I think I'm gonna start with my periwinkle. And instead of going just straight across, I feel like maybe I want to go like this. I don't know. Let's see how that goes. This periwinkle is a little bit thin, so I'm not going to use too much of it. Now I will come in. I really love this. I'm going to call it iridescent blue-black. Love that color. I don't want to go too heavy-handed on this one. I think I will come in. I think I'm going to save my yellow for in between the blue and the green, and I want the green to be predominantly on top. Oh, that blue is so pretty. I'm interested to see how this is going to go without a heavy contrasting color here. And with these extra white and black parts that are through there, instead of, because I normally just go straight down the line. But we shall see, my friends, we shall see. This was a very dark palette. That's why I added in the yellow. Okay, my green will be the star of the show here. It's a lot of paint. It's a lot of paint. Okay. Do I want to add a little bit of white in here? I don't know. I mean, I'm prepping to do it anyway, but I feel like there's already white. Maybe just a tiny little drizzle. Okay, I think that's it. Just to lighten things up a little bit. All right. Okay, blow it out. Okay, so my first thing that I'm a little concerned about is that there is a large pool of paint right here. I can see it. I don't know how that's going to dry. I didn't tilt these canvases because I didn't want the paint to move. I could have tilted them to the side to let a little bit of that paint run off, and I put a lot in the center. So we will see how that works. I also don't like this one little section in here that just was all black. Otherwise, cellular reactions are gorgeous. Colors I love. I'm missing a little bit of the purple up in here. I got a good, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word, distribution of purple on both sides here. The cellular reactions are beautiful. I do want to just add a couple of my little squigglies here. Yeah, I'm just worried about how much paint is on there. But if it doesn't come out, I think I'll still show you, and we'll just know that it was due to too much paint being on the canvas. I could take like a little towel and blot a little bit of it away, but I don't really want to do that. I don't know. I feel like I'm liking the white down here better and the black down here better, which is interesting. Oh, I just got paint all in my hair. I had it on my fingers. Oh, I walked around and I washed my hair. Thank you very much. But I walked around for probably like 3 days after washing my hair with paint still in my hair, like strands. I had connected it behind my ear and I just had a white strip of paint. All right, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. This one I'm worried about. This one I'm not worried about at all. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely like this one better than. We'll see how it goes. Trying to just drag some of those colors up through there. Yeah, it was just too much color right there in the center. I don't know if I should fiddle or not. Maybe I will. Maybe I will just take just a little bit of this, have it soak into the rag. So at least you can see how I fiddle. And what I'm gonna do is actually bring down it's kind of pooling there. And what I'm actually going to do is put the tiniest bit more black in this area. Okay, I've got to go light. Woo. Okay. Now I'm going to spread this out a little bit. So this is how you can kind of fix it, make your composition what you want. And when it dries, it should be like that was always there. Yep. All right, I'm done. I'll show you. All right, so here they are. It is a very dark palette. I am glad that I stuck with just pastel kind of periwinkle and yellow, although I will say most of the periwinkle is gone. But look at those reactions. That is just so pretty. And this is, I'm excited to see how this dries to see if this metallic really shines. I definitely think I'm liking, look at that. Look at those reactions. And that right there. Ooh, where is it? Right there. Look at that. That's so pretty. So let's see how it goes. I think I'm definitely liking this one, but now that I'm looking at it on camera, I do like this one as well. I'm glad I added that black part right there. Okay, let's see how it dries. Okay, they dried really beautifully. This one for sure on this side is my favorite. This one, I wish I had a little bit more white negative space going up through there. I feel like this one, the blowout is just a little too much. But those metallics are gorgeous. You can see how it shines. Let's see if I can get you. Yep, look at that. The blue, that blue-black color, which is a little bit purple. Oh, the green I love. So pretty. This one I like. It's just, and that area that I fixed right there came out great. I love the yellow, the pops of yellow that are in it. And then that was like my favorite little part down there. You can see, look at them shining. Oh, such pretty metallics. But yeah, really happy with this little custom metallic adventure I have been on. And the plants are still surviving. They're thriving, I should say. Thank you for all the recommendations. I am still going through all the comments on that and looking at the apps that everybody told me about. But there you have it. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, look at it shine. Oh, love it. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Happy painting. Bye.